Hi guys, Keto for Real Life People here, and today we are making the best fat bomb ever, y'all. I am learning how to use this, so here we go. Ah, welcome. It is Tuesday afternoon. I needed to do something really quick. I needed to put this do not disturb sign on and let that go because God knows we don't need any disturbances. I hope you're all excited. I am super duper 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 excited. and now I get to see who's coming on. I see there are 7 people already. Hi, I can't tell who it is. If you guys want to comment, you're more than welcome. Again, YouTube is kind of a new thing for me, so I am learning as I go. Also, just a little disclaimer from the get-go. I'm using a new tripod that my husband bought me for Mother's Day. It is electronic. So I have problems with things that are electronic. I hope it doesn't like lose its charge. I know the buttons seem opposite to me, you know, when I'm trying to do things, but I'm hoping it's going to be super fantastic. So, that being said, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Keto for Real Life People. If you have not been on Facebook, if you are wanting to live the ketogenic lifestyle, if you want good support, if you want education, if you need recipes, we have a group on Facebook. It is Keto for Real Life People group. And I will put the link down below after we are all done with this video. Also, if you haven't subscribed or liked or shared this YouTube channel, please do so now. Hit the little like, subscribe button. And then if you want to be notified every time that Keto for Real Life People is doing a new recipe or has a topic to talk about, hit the notification button and you'll get notified. And last but not least, I am a member of Patreon, so if you would like to support me and my work and what I'm doing to spread the ketogenic diet lifestyle, then feel free. I will also post the links afterwards. So let's get started, you guys. Fat bombs. Somebody asked me today, what is a fat bomb? Well, basically, fat bombs come in either sweet or savory little hors d'oeuvres or treats, and they are loaded with good, healthy fat. If you're a new person and you've just started keto, sweet fat bombs can actually be, for me, they were a great filler when you're learning to go carb and sugar free. When I first started keto, I, would have that craving for something sweet. And I like fat bombs because all the ingredients are keto approved. You're not, having to rush out to the store and buy sugar-free Jello or sugar-free pudding or, sugar-free low carb ice creams that have a lot of fillers and ingredients that really just aren't good for us. So fat bombs fill that void. And also, if you're a female and you like chocolate at least once a month, this is something that you can make up, have ready, keep it in your freezer, pull them out and thaw them, take them to work with you. There's also savory fat bombs, y'all. I just don't make them as often, but they're great appetizers, and we'll cover those sometime. So I don't know. I can see there are people here. Let me tap this and see, because somebody told me if you tap it, then you get to see stuff, but hey, I don't see stuff. So all right, guys, so I'm going to show you what I've got set up here, and like I said, let's see if I can figure out. I have to just go opposite. So you can see my counter here, and this is great. Wasn't that cool? Wasn't that a smooth move? I didn't have to bend everything. So this is what I'm going to use for a double boiler, okay? It's just a little saucepan. I'm going to put a little bit of water in it. I'm going to turn the oven on to about medium is all. Oh, I see. Joyce says, the I'm. Hi, the I'm. So, if you don't own a double boiler, you don't have to have one. A good heat-proof bowl, whether it's stainless steel or plastic, you just pop it down in here, and you want to make sure that the water is not touching the bowl. You just want enough to get a good simmer. And the reason we're going to do that, guys, is because we're going to use chocolate and heavy cream, and we don't want the chocolate to seize up, and it burns easily at high heat. So I'm letting that water simmer a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is pull you guys back around and do this, and I can keep talking while I'm measuring out some ingredients. Now usually I have everything pre-measured and ready to go, but time being what it was, I was very happy just to have all of them out on the counter so I can easily get to them. So for this recipe, guys, and I will post it down below. Hi, Chastity. I will post it down below. Let me turn this a little bit. It'll be in the drop box below the video. I didn't know that when I did my nutritional yeast spread, because I'm so used to Facebook that I put it below in the comments and everybody was like, I can't see the recipe. Well, I was like, why can't they? Oops, my bad. I didn't know. So anyways, hey Denise, I hope y'all are having a good day. I have to get it like really close up. So this is going to heat quickly. I can already feel the bottom of the bowl getting warm, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use a half a cup of these Lily's dark chocolate chips that are sweetened with stevia. Hey Judy. And I'm just going to go ahead and get a half a cup measured and pop it down in there. And to that, guys, I am going to add, let me get a butter knife, about a tablespoon of butter. Okay, so the butter and the chocolate are gonna, I'll start stirring it in just a second and I'll show you that. And I'm gonna put this up and out of my way because it's easier to work in a clean space. Very much so. And the other thing that I need to do real quick is get my other stuff ready, because I'm going to need 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And I've already had some in here. So I'm just going to take this to 2/3 to, there we go, 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. Are y'all doing okay? Are you hanging with me all right? I'm going to try to tilt this back down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use a hot pad because this bowl does get warm and it is warming up already. So what I like to do is just pinch it and I start stirring. And I can see that it's just now starting to melt, so we're good for go there. That's good. I'm going to let that continue to warm up. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you what my secret ingredient to this is. Now, if you don't like it, oops, I've got to learn this. Let's see what it says. Oops, cancel. Oh, there we go. So, oh, look, now I can see this. Hi from Canada. Hi, Gail, Sarah, Chastity, Denise, Judy. So glad you're making fat bombs. And Nancy Lewis says, hello, Nancy, been trying to get my garden planted. Oh, how nice and fun. And Carol is from North Carolina. Awesome. So I'm going to tell you guys, one of my secret ingredients, what gives this the texture, like beyond belief here, is one, and I just let it fall in my hand, y'all, egg yolk. And I don't want any of the stringy stuff, so I just want to get rid of it. But I'm going to be using a raw egg yolk, but it will temper. Hi, Helen. Let me check this, guys. Let me bring you all down. Let me grab my hot pad. So now it is melting nicely, and I think I can zoom a little bit for you guys. I think it zooms. I don't know if it zooms on this angle. Well, maybe it only zooms when I'm using the app. So as a tripod goes, it's going to be nice, but as all the other added features, I guess you only can use it while... So you'll see quickly here how quickly the chocolate melts. And initially, the first time I tried this, guys, I was using creamed coconut because I thought it would have that texture I was looking for, but I was seriously wrong. Coconut creamed coconut butter, however you want to call it. was absolutely too heavy for this recipe, and I could not. So I am getting this little bit of butter to pop right back down here. It kind of got up in my whisk. Ever the paper towel. So right over the top it goes. And I just want to get that butter completely melted and stirred into these chocolate chips. And guys, this really doesn't take a lot of ingredients, okay? One thing I should have done, which I skipped a step right from the get-go, but that's not a big deal, is we need to toast some nuts. Now, somebody asked me the other day if they could skip the cacao nibs, and I said, no problem. You can make this, and it'll just taste like fudge squares if you want to skip nuts, if you have a nut allergy. You could skip the cacao nibs if you want to lose a little bit of that dark. It's all good. You can catch the replay, Kathy. It's all good. All right? So now that this chocolate is melted and the butter is incorporated, I'm going to take, I've got 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream, and I'm just going to add a little bit of it, just like maybe half, and I'm going to start stirring it because I don't want this chocolate to get too hot, and I don't want it to seize or clump up or break apart. And you can see that it's coming back together. Now we have just elevated this chocolate, you guys. Do you see this color coming up now? We have just elevated dark chocolate into that creamy milk chocolate that everybody loves. Don't get me wrong, I do love, love, love some dark chocolate, but I have to say I miss the milk chocolate from back in the day. So that's all incorporated, and now I'm just going to stir in the balance of this cream. And before it gets hot again, I'm going to add, keep stirring, and scrape your bowl generously, guys, because we just want it. Now, see, it has got this light, lifted, creamy texture, and to it, I'm going to add this egg yolk. Now you're asking why? Why are you putting an egg yolk in there? Well, I will tell you what made me think of this. I'm going to see, I got to tilt this up. I can't stand it. Oops, up, down. I just can't stand it. There, I can see y'all. And I'm just stirring anyway. I'm not adding anything at this point. I love cooking, and one of the things that I enjoy making every Thanksgiving or holidays for everybody are chocolate custard cream pies. And I don't make chocolate pies from instant pudding. I let my grandkids do that. But when I'm making a coconut cream pie or a lemon meringue or a chocolate custard, it takes eggs, egg yolks in particular. It gives it that silky texture. It's a binder of sorts, and it smooths it. So the egg yolk in this lends fat, but it also lends texture, and that was something I had to have when I made this fat bomb, was silky, creamy, decadent texture. And you can stir this for just about a minute because you want it to heat and you want the egg yolk to go ahead and cook, but you add it right after the cream. That way you don't have to temper it back and forth, because when you're making like a hot cream pie, you'll do your eggs up and then you'll add a little of the hot liquid and you back and forth to keep it from cooking. This saves a step, honestly. And right now, even tasting it, it tastes like chocolate pudding. At this point, it has a chocolate pudding flavor. So all I need to add now, let me bring you back down to this. Ooh, I'm getting better at that. Are my extracts. And that would be, believe it or not, I'm a caramel nut. This gives us the candy bar flavor. You're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of the caramel and a 1/4 teaspoon of the vanilla. The two are best friends and they get along, oops, great. I'm going to put that back in there. They get along great, and the flavor to this is amazing. And guys, let me tell you again, I'm going to come back up and go back around. Believe it or not, that is amazing. That's all it takes. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to remove it from the burner. And I'm going to toss my whip over here. Let's save dishes on my dishes, and I'm going to put my caps back on. So that's all there is to the chocolate itself. It's super easy, super rich, super decadent. Now here's what I should have done at first, was told you about toasting the nuts. And I do have the oven preheated. I just forgot to do it at first. See, yes, I want you guys to attempt this at night, tonight, as soon as possible. I have a keto social. Oh, how fun, Denise. That would be great. We don't have anything like that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my little cutting board, and I really, while I'm cutting up these walnuts, I'm going to go ahead and toast the cocoa nibs, okay? I'm going to just call them cocoa nibs because it feels more comfortable for me to say cocoa nibs. All right? But let's talk about them for a second. All right? Organic raw cacao nibs. Intensely delicious bites of pure cacao beans. This is what chocolate is made out of. I mean, they take these cacao beans, they roast them like you would coffee beans, and then they grind them and grind them and grind them until it comes that dark, bittersweet chocolate that is then shipped off everywhere. So what they do is they take these cacao beans and they break them into little bits and pieces, and this is what you get. Little shards of crunchy, really crunchy, bittersweet, really bittersweet chocolate. Now, some people say, oh, this is so great. Sprinkle it on your cereal, put it on your porridge, put it in your smoothies, whatever. Okay, no, not doing it. Just not doing it. Because it just really doesn't have any intense flavor. So what I like to do is, the recipe I called for, let's see, I put down 2 tablespoons of these. Now, I paid $5.99 for this bag, 8 ounces, and obviously it's pretty full and it's going to last me a while. I probably could have got by with 3 tablespoons. Just saying. Just saying. So, these only take a few minutes in the oven. I did this in reverse. I could have... But you do have to watch these because they go quickly. So you just spread them out on this little pan here and pop those in the oven. Up, and don't get your extension cord caught in the oven. I've always got everything plugged in so that hopefully it doesn't die on me. Just saying. So when these get done roasting, they have a very fruity smell. I don't know that you could break it up. Paste is different. I don't know if it'll melt if you were trying to toast it, but you might just be able to break it up and add it raw. You could probably even skip the toasting if you wanted to. I think it elevates the flavor. Excuse me, because I'm going to cough. And I had a little bubble. A little bubble. Excuse me so much. Yeah, just sometimes it just gets a little stick. So, anyways, yeah, with the cacao nibs, I think the roasting, it really enhances the flavor of the chocolate, and then it helps add even more crunch to the fat bomb. So that's the purpose. Plus, it's super food. It's high in antioxidants. I mean, you just can't go wrong with them. But you also don't have to use them. Now, the other thing that this recipe called for is a ½ cup of toasted walnuts. And I'm just going to slide myself around so that I'm facing y'all while I'm talking. And I'm going to go ahead while those are toasting in the oven and chop these up. Making them into smaller pieces first will make the process go all that much faster. and be more evenly toasted. Guys, they're so darn delicious. So delicious. And the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take these out. See, I already have some made up because I made a whole bunch Sunday. So I'm going to pull a couple so that they will thaw as well. And get that out of the way. Man, I always have the best intentions for these lives. You know, I always think, oh, I hope it goes all right. And invariably, I forget something. I need to do this. Oh, guess what? I can see you all because from back here with glasses, I can't see a darn thing. I'm going to have to just do that. So, now when you're toasting walnuts, guys, I got me a bunch of lovely coconuts. Yeah, walnuts, guys, walnuts. So, the thing with walnuts, you can use olive oil, you can use ghee. I'm going to use a little of this. This is clarified butter, also known as ghee. You can use regular butter, you can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil. Just, you want to take some oil, and for each cup you use about a tablespoon or less. Not much more. It just takes a little dab, and you're just going to coat the nuts with it, and you can add a pinch of salt. Fats first. Every time I eat ghee like this, it reminds me of popcorn oil from the movie theater. Too bad I don't have the popcorn to go with it. Just saying. And so you can add just a little dash of salt. Did you see what I did? Oh my God. So I got some salt on the nuts. All right, I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna pull y'all down. Yeah, no, I went the wrong way. All right, so where's my hot pad? And see, you can already smell these. They're nice and dark. They're nice and dark. They're nice and hot. And they are just crunchy, crunchy. So I'm gonna set them, well actually, yeah, I'll just set them right here on top of that mold. And then I will take these nuts that have a lot of salt in them now. Oh well, I'm the one gonna be eating them, so it's not a big deal. And I'm just gonna coat them with that oil and put them on this pan. And I'm just gonna toast them. Okay? So there we go. They're all on there. Okay, and I'm going to put this down in the sink and rinse my hands because they are covered in butter. There we go. So now we just take this pan. Did you see my smooth move? Did you see how I just lifted the parchment paper off? Clean pan, back in the oven it goes. Ta-da! So now I'm just going to take these cocoa nibs, and they're already in here, guys, so all I need to do is pour them in. Easy peasy. And as soon as the nuts toast, and I'm just going to give them a minute, I don't care if they're toasted on this batch or not, we will add the nuts, and then we'll go to molding them. And that's how easy these are. They are that super simple. I'm trying to remember. There we go. I'm going to see what comments there are. Oh, I need to have glasses. Me back and forth. Okay. Yes, this is new. This whole chat and internet and go live. It's all new, and it's all new to me. So I hope it all looks good to me. It looks a little glitchy, and I hope it's not. Does it seem glitchy to you guys? Or is it smooth? Smooth like chocolate. Oh my goodness. Nancy. See, and this guys it's still nice and liquidy. It's staying warm over on top of the warm water, so I don't have to worry about it cooling down too much. I will tell you it's darn delicious. Going smooth. Oh, that makes me so happy. Yes, because this is, I did a live when I tried the crackers the first time, and it failed miserably. So that was a fiasco, and I'm so like grateful to all the people who suffered through with me. What can you say? You do what you do. All right. Now I'm gonna just pull these guys. Normally I would toast these nuts for anywhere from 7-8 minutes to up to 11. My goodness, it's giving the option to chat. Didn't even know it did that. Cool, looks great. May solve all the Facebook Live issues. Yeah, except for that most of us are on. There's a lot of us that don't know how to get over there. Ooh, they're salty, but they're delicious and yummy. So, guys, I'm going to flip you around over here. Go this way. Go this way. I'm going to have to tell my husband thank you for this Mother's Day gift. It was pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome gadget. Ouch, don't burn yourself, Nance. So, and I'm doing this backwards, right? So, into the chocolate goes the nuts. And I'm just going to give it a stir. And guys, this is what you end up with. At this point, you could call it done and just do the chocolate with the walnuts and the cacao nibs. I'm actually going to remove this from the hot water and test this, yes. And I'm going to bring this over here. This is the silicone mold I use. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's very flexible. I like it. And as you can tell, they're just about 1.5 inch squares. So what you want to do, even though they're silicone, you still need to hit it with a little bit of nonstick spray. And we shall see here. I like to go across and over just because, you know, sides and stuff like that. So now you can just use a ladle or a spoon, whichever you prefer. And let me see. I guess, let's see. Does this bring it even better for you guys? So move this out of the way. There we go. The bowl isn't even really hot now. It's just a little bit on the bottom. So you just take this and you're just going to pour into each mold. Last time I got 17 out of my batch. Now I might get a little extra because I did add all of the nuts to this instead of saving a little bit. And I did add an extra tablespoon of cacao nibs because I want a little more in my next batch. You know, it's a forgiving recipe, guys. It's very easy. You can add more nuts. You can change the nuts. If you've got pecans, use pecans, almonds, macadamia nuts. I mean, it's completely up to you guys what you want to do, how you want to enjoy it. All you really need is the base of this recipe to make it what you want. I always get a little messy. There's a couple of big chunks of nuts right there. But that's okay because I'll fix it all up. And you do want to, I like that it's liquid because you don't get the gaps at the bottom. This one is going to make a few more, I think. Like I said, I did add a little more solid to it. So, there we go. And this one has hardly any nuts at all in it. But I'm sure I could pick one up and put it in there from over here because that one's like all nut. All nuts. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Oh, and this one's a little lacking, so we'll top it off. So yeah, now we ended up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We got 20 out of that. And so this is what I'd like to do. I always like to kind of clean up my edges. You don't have to. It's just this is how I am. What are we saying? What are we saying? Did you figure out the carbs? Yes, they're 2 net carbs per square. They are absolutely wonderfully guilt-free. 2 net carbs per serving, and that was based on 17 servings that I got out of it the first time. Now, I did not take into account, now from this, guys, try to always put your mold on a pan, because whether you pop it in the freezer or the fridge, this thing is wobbly and you want to keep it stable. So let me pull you up, bring you over. I'm going to put these in the fridge. Set those right there. And they chill for at least an hour, hour and a half. They don't have to go in the freezer. They can stay in the fridge. You can take them out and they will soften. I did get a few broken ones because I had tried checking them like after 30 minutes, then 40 minutes, and then an hour. So I had a few that were kind of crumbly. But once I just let the pan set for an hour, oh my God, they came out beautiful. Tasted delicious. Now for the topping, because let me just set that there. I have some frozen ones right here that I can decorate, and we'll talk about the white chocolate that I used. I'm going to try a trick. I'm going to tell you about the white chocolate, and then I'll go through the steps. But I already have some made, guys. Here's the thing. Did I write down the white chocolate? I know I did the cacao cocoa butter, the pure butter, melted it, added some cream, added some vanilla and caramel extract, and that was it. Oh, and 2 tablespoons of the powdered swerve. So it was really runny, and I thought I'm not going to be able to use it. But then I just let it sit, and as it chilled, the fat solidified again. So then it was just right. As you can see, my bag is squishy. This is what it looks like after it has been cooled down. It's pliable. It's delicious. Tastes like white chocolate. I can't help it. I get so excited about simple things. But I want to know if I can put this in the microwave. It's got a plastic coupler in it, and then all I have to do is screw this back on, and then we'll go through those steps. So let's see, you guys, I'm going to turn you. Let's see if it'll turn. Oops, there, wrong way. I'm going to just pop this. I'm going to pop it in a bowl just in case it liquefies, and put it in the microwave. And I will tell you, that is super sweet. Almost, now that I got a whole bite of it, I haven't had a piece that big. It comes off as super, super, super sweet. Oh my God. Well, hell. So it melted completely. I mean, it literally just melted back down to butter. So it was only, what, about 10 seconds? So here we go. I guess I'll just show you how to make it and then chill it. Oh, well, life goes on, right? I guess I can turn this oven off. Well, damn. Again, I think I got it, and then I don't. That's me. That's how I do. So what I did for the white chocolate topping was the same principle. It was the Dutch, or the double boiler, a bowl. Oh my goodness. Some of that high dollar swerve. This swerve I have had is the first bag I bought when I started keto, and I still have quite a bit of it. I don't use it very often. Again, I wasn't real thrilled with the flavor. So this is hot, and I don't know if, let's see if that gets my bottom wet. Yes, it does. I don't really think it matters for this because it's just, there we go. It'll work. It'll work. So let me get out my chocolate, white chocolate. And my heavy cream is right here. And I'll grab some of this. And what I'm going to do is put, oh, this one, her. This is organic. Good thing we are real life people, right? This is why we love you, Nancy. Thank you so much. Thank you for loving me no matter what, you guys. I swear. I mean, if I didn't have my head attached, I would have lose it. That's for sure. I'm just going to go with this and just, you know, look, it comes in these big, chunky, nasty tasting chunks. And I'm just going to put a scoop of them in there. I don't, honestly, I made way too much the first time. It's just a drizzle. I mean, this, guys, this butter, yeah, I'm not putting it in more. This actually is higher in fat than regular butter, coconut oil. It's 13 grams of fat per tablespoon, 0 carb. Pure fat. Chocolate is like the best. I need another whip. Okay. So, again, I'm just eyeballing this. I don't need you to boil, honestly, for real. Like, really? This is just how it happens, but it melts so darn quickly. And I'm even just gonna take a couple of those big chunks out because really it's like making frosting or a glaze. You just want some sugar and some fat and some vanilla and maybe a little cream, and that's it. So here it is. It's about, oh, I forget I can do this. Ta-da! So there we go. We got a little bit of fat, and to the fat, I want to make sure that it's completely melted. Move this so I don't burn myself. And I'm just going to add some of the swerve, like 2 tablespoons. Because it's super, super sweet, guys. And, you know, it does lend a nice sweetness. And I could probably make it even thicker, I bet. I don't know that I want to, though. But, see, that's going to turn into... You could make that a white chocolate fat bomb. Now, mind you, it would be way too sweet. But when this cocoa butter gets cold, it's going to harden just like butter again. So if you want to sweeten your cocoa butter, you can. You can add extracts, flavorings, nuts. Again, this could be a wonderful white chocolate, and I have considered it. So I'm just adding a titch of the vanilla to it now. And just a little dab. Little dab. To that. And see how that is already just kind of thickened? And to it, I'm just going to add a titch, not just a little dab, just a little dab, half a teaspoon maybe, of heavy cream to give it the creaminess, the milky white chocolate flavor it needs. And then I'm just going to give it a taste. Oh my God, that's so sweet. It's just so sweet, you guys. Okay, and what did I do with my coupler? Oh, there it is. Right there, right there, right there. Okay. So I'm going to show you my little trick. If I can get this thing to go on here the way it's supposed to. Here we go. All right. My hands. My hands. I need to go up and sideways. Hi. All right. Here we go. I'm being serious now. Whatever. So I like to take just a little cup. This is my little Pampered Chef cup, and I like to take my bag and I like to drop it, and then I stretch it out over the top a little bit. It just makes it easier when you're loading a piping bag to have a jar, a glass, whatever, and that way you can just pour your frosting, spoon it in, do whatever you gotta do. And I'm gonna see if I can get this to go back down. And I gotta get it off of this oven here. What do I do with my spoon? Oh, this is why I have so many dishes. Because I think I'm done, and I'm not. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour this into this piping bag. And I will say, it tastes to me, even though that's powdered, it doesn't really taste gritty, but it's so sweet. And now, I know I keep saying that. Let me. I know I keep saying it. It's so sweet. But we're going to use so little of it that the little bit of sweetness that I'm going to use enhances the bar. I couldn't imagine doing this, eating something like this like crazy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I did this. And I'm going to bring you back down. Down we go. And I'm going to bring it here. So basically what you want to do is just go on the diagonal and you just want to squirt this. I want you to watch this because I'm squirting it across. Oh, it's sticking. God bless it, and coming back up the other way. Okay, let me get a toothpick. What I did was the other night when I made these, it was really cool because they solidify. Oh, there we go. They start solidifying when they hit the cold. Oh, shoot. I swear it's just because I'm trying to do a live. So I'm going to scrape it off, and I'm not even going to mess with that one. Oh, now it wants to drip like a sieve. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go across diagonally. And then it will harden and whiten. And there you have it. You can top it with your little bit of nuts. You could, for photo op, obviously. I took a little more patience and didn't have a live camera on me. But you get the gist. And as it's sitting there, this little fat bombs are frozen and they're cold. They're going to come out of the refrigerator cold. So when you do your white chocolate drizzle on top, you're going to end up with a beautiful, tasty, yummy. Let me pull you guys back up here. You can see my fat arm. You could end up with a wonderful, wonderful treat. So that's how we did it, guys. That's how we did it. I think I have one of those decorated ones left. And they do lighten up a little bit when they're in the freezer. But I noticed they're darkening. But yeah, see? Yum. Yum, 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 yum. So tasty. That's how we do these fat bombs, you guys. Does anybody have any questions for me? Was that easy peasy? Good thing we are real life. Okay, yes, I got that one. All right. So that's what we have. Again, I put all the nuts in my chocolate instead of reserving a little bit. That's what I did last time when I first cooked them. Toasted the nuts. I did a half a cup in the recipe, and then I reserved some to just sprinkle on top. But see, there they are. They whiten right up. They solidify. They're delicious. Delicious, guys. And you can really taste the nuts. You can taste the walnuts. You can taste the cacao nibs. Because while this chocolatey goodness is creamy and rich and milk chocolatey, then you got those little dark chocolate bites inside. And then you got that little bit of extra sweet on the top. Yum! I've ate more fat bombs in the last couple of days. So thank you guys for showing up for the best ever fat bomb, butter crunch fat bombs. They truly are. For those of you who are going to be brave and go out and make them, do me a favor, post a picture, share it in group, share it in your other groups, whatever. But I would love to hear from you guys. If you have questions, post it in the comments below. And if you would, do me a favor, share the Keto for Real Life People YouTube channel as well as the video. And as always, guys, I love y'all. Remember, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and get you some. Woohoo! Y'all are welcome.